The story begins with a Chinese girl named Wan. Wang has just moved with her family to America. Recently, she is surprised by the new environment and is constantly. She looks at the walls covered with posters of beautiful and attractive girls. Today is Joan's first day of school. Her dad is singing a song to calm her down. Her tension. But in class, the kids started making fun of her when Juan opens her lunchbox. The kids scowl and whisper to each other. He is disgusting. All this makes one very upset. Yet at the end of the day, she meets her father while smiling a big smile. He works as a janitor. At school, she lies to him and tells him that she has made a lot of friends at school. Her father has to work late, and that means that he won't be able to celebrate a festival, the Dragon Boat, with the family. That's why one decides to sit with him, and there exactly he sees the children. The high school, and they are celebrating the night. The dance party in front of her eyes they announce. The dance party queen, one is watching in awe. People are celebrating the crowning of the party queen. And after years, Juaneb develops an obsession with makeup. She is watching a live stream of one of the celebrities. And the girl says that she has just taken the lead role in a new TV series, so this time she won't be able to run for office. The queen of the dance party, when she hears that, Joan flies with joy talking to her friend, but she does not respond. Then Joan uses a filter that tries. Her face is Chinese, but her appearance is completely European. And at that moment, she gets a message from the person who made the filter telling her that she is the one who used it the most. So, that's why you got the opportunity. It doesn't come to anyone except once in a lifetime. After that, in various ways, you tell her why. Do you put on a lot of makeup? All the time. You look very beautiful without it. Her mother still invites her so that they learn to make a meal together. Some of them. She had learned this recipe from her mother and wanted to pass it on to Joanna, but Joanna didn't show any interest, not even when she was having her lunch. At school, she started giving her friend Brenda tips and asking her questions. I heard that the influencer said that this means she could really have won the title of prom queen. The dancer. But Brenda sees that Juan is not in need of that. She sees it as a waste of time, and at that moment the influencer Olivia Beckalal was filming a video with her science teacher and announcing a challenge called HACCP to raise awareness about climate change. And she also donates $1 to the non-governmental organization of her teacher. But she stops the video in the middle of the filming, and she tells the teacher, "Science gives me expressions. What could be better than this? Show me some tears," so they appear in a video. Olivia's sides are running. She also goes there. She sees that Olivia's challenge has love in it for others. But Brenda says he is stupid and racist. Because how? They think that this brown skin. Will she get burned like the girls? The egg is very obvious that Brenda can't stand Olivia in the way she says, "Okay, help me." Most of her friends are in the beauty queen contest. The dance party. Joan had actually prepared a complete plan. And Brenda agreed to help her. Joan. She no longer even likes their Chinese songs at all. She is very distant from her own culture. After that, she and her mother go to a big palace. This is the place where her father works as a worker. Cleanliness. How much can these people's sides accommodate? A very song, but at this moment her father, Roger, accidentally breaks an expensive vase of the homeowner. She sacrifices herself and says if this happens again, Roger will not be able to work here or with any of my friends ever. Roger too. Ado got hurt, but he says it's just a scratch and refuses to go to the hospital to stitch the wound. At home, they take care of it themselves, and Dad says, "Because of this silly injury, I won't be able to work for a while, so you might take over the cleaning job for a bit." Some of the girls agree. Hesitant, then she has a dream where she is declared. She is the queen of the dance party, but in the mirror, she sees herself without a face. And the one holding the space wakes up the sides, and they come to her. Another message from the filter company. After that, then she goes to school and hangs posters for the campaign. It's stuff, but the posters were plain and very ordinary, so that's why the brilliance of the graphic design. Glenda had already made a poster for it. Better, but there's not a single student who pays any attention to her posters. and as she walks around, you notice that most of the dance party queens. She remains blonde, so she goes to dye her hair, also blonde. Her family gets shocked when they see it, and her mother gets upset and says her natural hair color was beautiful. Juanis walks to school afterwards, and her mother tells her to come home immediately. That day, it is the Lunar New Year. We will work until Linz finishes together, and when Olivia sees Joan's hair, she tells her her hair is beautiful. But Brenda finds the matter strange. She understands that Joan is trying to be like the girls, the white one. The others, Olivia tells Joan, if you are free we will go do our nails after school, but she used to come to me with Juan with her just to speak Chinese at the hairdresser, and to get them the discount for the lady at the hairdresser. She was intending to. The discount is for Juan only, but Juan asks and gets. The discount is for everyone at this moment, Juan. You ask Olivia, she tells you she thought of supporting someone for the position of prom queen, because whoever Olivia supports will definitely win, but at this moment two of Olivia's other friends. They give her gifts. Olivia is making a video in which she announces that she has decided to support one girl for the queen of the dance party. But who is she? She said. She announces it after a week, and at that moment, Olivia's eyes fall on Joan's black hair roots, and at the same moment, Joan receives a message. It is related to the topic from the filter company. They tell her to get free treatment for the roots of your hair. The black, and then sides reach the address that anything sent to her is usually to a suspicious place and sides. She goes inside, and there's a man inside who already knows her name. He tells her to go further inside. A secret door opens and Gawanab asks, "What is this place?" The man responds and tells her, "A place where we will help you show your true abilities, Gawanab." She enters more, and the receptionist welcomes her by her name. She tells her that the doctor will be with her shortly, and on the television she sees encounters for many people, countless, who underwent surgeries. Here and elsewhere, they completely changed their lives. After that, Dr. Wali welcomes them warmly. He plays an introductory video. In the video, the doctor says, "Are you tired of the method? For the people? The whites? Look at you with it." Then the doctor examines him. He says, "I haven't always been like this. I too have suffered injustice for being a colored person in this world, so that's why I realized. If you are not able to defeat them, you have to be like them." They use technology called racial modification to change skin color and technology advanced for cell growth so that they can change the features of the body and face quickly and permanently. And without pain, a person's voice also becomes different after the transformation. All this shows up. Absolutely impossible for Joan. But the doctor confirms that the receptionist is definitely possible. She also turned in the worker too, and even the doctor himself transformed, and after years of suffering, and his promotion went to a white man. This technology was invented by him along with two other doctors, and he founded this strange company with aspects that make you question. So how does it work? Does the doctor explain? The whole procedure takes about 2 hours. You choose the features you want, but I will need the guardian's signature to start, because you are a minor. But for today, they will give Joanne a completely free hair transplant, and after that, you can get the signature and the deposit. To make the complete transformation, the sides stay, and the hair transplant process begins. Each hair follicle is taken from her scalp, then she arrives home with her new hair, but the dinner table was already set. Her mother's food, she left her a note along with some money. Cash. When she hears it while her mother is coming in, she gets up and goes to her, apologizing for being late. Her mother says it's not a problem and you notice Joan's new different look, and you wish her a happy year, and the next day Joan goes to her cleaning work. She has to clean vomit. Someone belonging to the homeowner is telling her, "I can give you the number of my hand doctor. He does some free voluntary work on the side." Turdo says to her, "I'm fine." Then the homeowner says that the cleaning work for next week is canceled because they are going on a short vacation. Libero and Juan, coming out of work. The cleaning, Olivia and her friends are seeing her, and the next day her campaign posters get ruined. and she draws a cleanliness wipe on it now. Juan has to get her parents' signatures. By any means, she pulls them in. Regarding a school trip, and you make them sign the paper. Her mother looks at her with love and says, "Even with this ridiculous hair, you still look. He's exactly like your father." But the next day? Exactly. The sides go to make the complete transformation. They ask her to adjust in the opposite way from. Juan comes to her with a vision in. A playing song says it's nice for you to be white with all the advantages of being white. When sides excel, and she sees herself in tears. She falls face down while on her way home. A little girl flatters her about her appearance. Sides lead to her house, but her family doesn't recognize her. Juan says in Chinese, "This is my father." He yells and says the house is wrong. "Just go." Juan says the details, no one else could. She knows him. Her family is going to be amazed. Some aspects say, "I had surgery to make my appearance like this," but her father says, "You're not." My daughter, Juan? Is she singing them their Chinese song? Juan, she already knew that her parents would go crazy, and that's why she brought them a brochure about the process. Also, her mother asks, "How is this possible?" And she admits that she won in order to get a signature. He accused, saying at least she could make me happy for my sake. But her family can't believe their eyes. They go straight to Ethos's office to confront Doctor, who meets June. But June's mom asks. He returns it to her the way it was. The doctor says, "This procedure is permanent. There is nothing I can do." Mama's side start crying, and she says, "I want." The Chinese girl, they refuse to return any money. And the doctor says, "You will find out with time how much this change will be positive in life. Your daughter, maybe both of you can also do the operations yourselves." The doctor even offers them a family discount. The people of Juan start fighting. And Dawa is forced to go outside the office. And after they left, her mother yells at her, saying to her, "Why did you do that? Does it mean we are Chinese? Is it what makes us special?" Aspects of the response on it. And she says, "Be Chinese, he is the one who. It makes me weak, now I don't have to. I am afraid of people's judgment about me, wherever I go, because of the shape of my slanted eyes." Her family are very hurt by what she says. Her mother says, "Are you going to pay the price for this mistake for the rest of your life?" But Joan says the only mistake is that she didn't do it. Early on, her mother comes out while she is angry. Her father used to say, "I could look at you and see your grandmother's eyes. But now I don't know my daughter." And the next day, one started to ignore. Brenda's calls stop in front of the mirror, and she is very impressed with herself. But at that moment, a small piece of skin peels off from her wart. After that, the sides go to school presenting themselves. "In the name of Joha, you," and she says it's still a move. From here, new from California. This time, instead of making fun of her, the boys really talk to her in a nice way. And at lunchtime, she goes to Olivia's group. Olivia asks her what. "Who brought you here?" Jo says that her father is a film producer, and he is shooting a show here. And Olivia hasn't heard about him before. But she tastes her other friends and sits right next to her. Olivia tells her that she is an actress. At that time, all these girls, they eat in a very particular way, so she started eating in the same way. She also does everything she can to enter the circle of those closest to. Olivia is watching Brenda as she throws her lunch straight into the trash can. Jo asks Olivia what she is going to do on Saturday. She remembers. The rich lady of the house is walking the Peruvian. Today, Fajo says my family is traveling abroad. The country this weekend? They all gather there for the weekend party. And there is an atmosphere where you see a boy dancing. And the other girls are showering Olivia with gifts. You get scared and worried that Olivia might, in the end, support one of them. Instead of her, Jo goes to Olivia, but the girls. The others were surrounding her. So Jo says to me, "Some of the boys are throwing water on the other girls." Is Jo running to Olivia? And I tell her I have a tissue, but the skin is still peeling from my face. And why does she start looking around the house? And at that moment, Mama Jo, the maid, is talking on her phone, and Olivia asks, "Jo, what do you want to do in your life?" Jo says, "I want to try to be a musician and write songs." To myself, Olivia tells her she wrote a song. For me, Tam in the Atmosphere sings a small, bad song, and she says invite Minnie to the party queen. The dancer, Livia, approaches and says, I know your secret, but quickly changes the subject, saying, prove yourself because you're trustworthy, and you will get it. My support, then Brenda. You know that Joe is actually Joan. She even had seen her lunchbox. She asks her, who did you want in your mind like that? Are you snatching a phone? Joan, and writing the password. The phone opens. Joan admits everything. Brenda says did I call you 100 times? I even went home. Like someone hugging Brenda and apologizing to her. But at that moment, noise happens outside. Oh. People were surrounded by black kids and asked them loudly, how did you get into the party? And Livia says they tried to make them leave. But one of them, those girls were actually the owner of Brenda? Brenda says that Joe is the one who invited us now. Joe has to choose. Saf. While choosing a class, Olivia says Brenda should leave. Brenda's heart breaks afterward. Olivia announces that she supports Jewel, the queen. The dance party. All the girls gather around Joe, but when she goes home, her parents ask her, where have you been all this time, Joe? She says I was at my friend's house, but the smell of smoke was coming from it. Her father says, give me your phone. You're arguing and refusing to give it to him, but her dad says you'll get it when you become trustworthy. And the next morning, when you wake up and look in the mirror, more skin peels off. It shows on her face. The matter is starting to get serious now. Joe covers it with makeup and starts spending her time with Olivia's group at school, eating the same. The way they eat it, and then the results. The dance party committee vote announces his name. Joe is the last name to be eliminated. That's Olivia. She says in the live stream, herself, I took time off from filming to make a special appearance in the promo and cheer inside Brenda. Joe is watching from afar. Joe is trying to talk to her. Brenda says, what you did to yourself? That makes me feel like you saw yourself as bad. And maybe you saw me as bad. I did too. Joe says no, it's not like that. Brenda refuses to come to the party because she thinks that this is just another copy. She's the one who will win. At the same time, Joe's condition starts. Taesuk goes to see the doctor, though. The doctor is not available. His appointments are fully booked until next year. The receptionist sees him once and says this. Common side effects. Put this cream. And this patch will help with the rest in the body. You go home, put on the cream, and use the patch to lift the sagging skin on her face. She rolls upward once again. She prevents her mother from entering the room, but her family calls her, and they tell her. Her father was fired from his job when the homeowner realized that someone had used the security code to throw a party in her house. Every worker has the authority to enter to do such a thing. Surely he knew the whole layout of the house and knew their secrets. Mama Joe asks her, did you know any of it? Anything about this topic? Because your dad wrote the code, and you knew she was going on a trip. You get upset and say, I can't believe you. You could accuse me of something like that, and then you say, without thinking, you are supposed to consider this a blessing now. Finally, you will be able to learn English. And they found real work, but at the moment of speaking, what came out of her mouth, she regretted, but she began to prepare herself for the night of the dance party. Her family. They see her, and she is dressed to the nines. But they don't give any reaction. They just ignore her. Joe asks, what are we celebrating? Her father tells her, this is the 10-year anniversary of us in America. After that, he tells her she looks beautiful. Then Joe goes to the party and dances with a boy. That's it. At that moment, the boy notices her face. It started to sag. Joe tries quickly to fix it with tape. But at that moment, Olivia appears, asking her, are you okay? Are you telling me the mood of your face? The old one. He resists at first, and that means he. Why? Is there? I know everything about the surgery. Inside, she is helping to fix her face with makeup and advertisement. The queen of the dance party. Only moments left for him, and Olivia and the atmosphere are growing on the stage, and she comes out. The queen of this year's party. Higo, her childhood dream. Finally, she is so happy she feels like she's flying. But in the moment she goes out on the stage, and she puts the crown on her head, her face distorts horribly. It looks as if her face is melting, and people start to move back, and amid all this chaos, Jo is fainting. She wakes up inside a house. This is a house. Olivia. Jo looks at her face. Olivia. She tells her it will get better. Don't be afraid, his father too. He always says it gets better, and we don't always meet anyone. Excited for two. Now, like us, dinner hunger invites him. They ask them what race they are too. Before the surgery, they say they are Cubans and Baba. Olivia was one of the doctor's first clients. They ask her if her family also underwent the procedure. She says no. He says it's a pity, because people who do not share the same ideas will disappear. Gradually, Mama tells me she also didn't have the operation, and that's exactly the reason she doesn't live with them. Today Jo asks you, don't you? Do you ever long for your old life? Olivia's dad. He says never again. Then Jo goes home. And from the window, she sees her family inside enjoying themselves. In their time, her mother is shocked when she sees Jo's face. Jo enters and hugs her. Her mother tells her, when my father and I came to America, we knew that we Chinese, and we will remain Chinese all our lives. But you grew up here with a Chinese face. I can understand. How much this matter? It was confusing for her father also says to her, when I came here, I wanted to fit in with society like you. Exactly. But then I realized that being American, this is not the goal. The goal is that I be my own American version, and you will also find your American version. And the next day, they all go on Monday and Wednesday, and there is a terrible crowd gathered, waiting for the operation. Jo says, I need to see the doctor urgently. Very, but at the moment for security. He noticed it in her. They throw her out immediately. The doctor comes out and says that returning is like, I could never. Jo says, I am. I became a monster, and the doctor says because of the plant. For a new seed to flourish, it must die in Jo. She goes home, and her face starts to tear apart, and she discovers her original East Asian eyes under the skin, and she looks at them in the mirror, and her eyes are tearing up as if she is beginning to appreciate their value for the first time. And this is the end of the film, and we meet again in a new summary. Thank you for watching.